So lately I've caught the graphic novel bug, and I've been working on a story over the last year or so. It's a long-held dream of mine to one day have my own graphic novel series published, and especially one that involves airplanes. Just some quick context before I get started. You may or may not know this about me, depending on how long you've been following my work, but I am a huge aviation nerd. I grew up around airplanes. Aviation is a big part of my childhood, and I've been drawing airplanes for as long as I can remember, and one of my hobbies is collecting aviation history and memorabilia, so it's pretty important to me. So with that said, I've always wanted to work on a story with lots of flying machines, and that's what this is. And it turns out that the illustration agency that represents me is doing a planes, trains, and automobiles promo for their artists, so I thought this was the perfect excuse to do a sample. I started with some rough doodles in the old sketchbook, and then I roughly drew the panels in on a full-size sheet. In this case, it's just some poor quality watercolor paper that I had lying around. And it's just a rough sketch anyways, so it doesn't really matter if it's bad quality or not. After this, I want to do a tighter sketch, really getting into the details so there is no guesswork when it's time to do the inking. I place a sheet of tracing paper on top and use a mechanical pencil to draw on the details. Once I'm satisfied, I then place marker paper on top of the tracing paper, attaching them with tape, and then I place them on a light board. Now for my favorite part, inking. I use a Lamy Safari fountain pen with platinum carbon ink. This ink is specially made for fountain pens so it won't clog up the pen. And I use a larger Sailor fountain pen with a bigger nib to fill in the large spots of black, but you can also use a brush or a larger dip pen. Okay, so now I'm going to be quiet for a bit and let you watch the inking in peace, and I'll be back at the end of the video. Enjoy. Alright, so the inking is done, and now I can scan the pages and place them into Procreate to clean them up and add in text. So this is the final image. This test was really just for ink, so I'll tackle color sometime later. I think in the future I'll try to be more dynamic with my panels and be a little more adventurous with effects, but hey, that's just an excuse to draw some more. Anyways, thanks for watching, and bye!